Well, hi everybody. Welcome to our reading sessions and thank you to the reading ambassadors for organising this read aloud. Today I've got the pleasure of reading Andy Griffith's book called The 78 Story Treehouse, movie opening night. Wow, I wonder what that can mean. And it's illustrated by the incredible Terry Denton. And we're going to be looking at some of his fantastic illustrations as well. So let's get into it. 78 Story Treehouse by Andy Griffiths. Chapter 1, The 78 Story Treehouse. Here's Andy, and here's his saw. Hi, my name is Andy. This is my friend Terry. There he is. Ooh, and an anteater. And a hole, because why not? We live in a tree. Well, when I say a tree, I mean tree house. And when I say tree house, I don't just mean any old tree house, I mean a 78-story tree house. It used to be 65-story tree house, but we've added another 13 stories. So, what are you waiting for? Come on up. Wow. Here's a map of the treehouse. It's got a drive-through car wash that you can drive through with the windows open and the roof down, a combining washing machine, a not-so-tight tightrope, a 78-plate spinning level. Wow. A giant unhatched egg. Wonder what's going to emerge from that massive egg. A courtroom with a robot judge called Edward Gavelhead. And Andy saying, I object. And Terry saying, I object to Andy's objection. Wow, drama. A scribbletorium, Andyland, a land full of Andy clones created in our cloning machine. Terrytown, a crazy town full of Terry clones. Jillville, a village full of Jills. An all-ball sports stadium where you can play every ball sport in the whole world all at the same time. Wow, it looks very chaotic. Some of them are saying, why do I have to ride the guinea pig? Why do I have to carry this idiot? Have you seen my golf ball? Stop fooling around, Terrys. And they're swinging around on the volleyball net. We've got an open-air movie theatre with a super giant screen and a high-security potato chip storage facility protected by 1,000 loaded mouse traps, 100 laser beams, a 10-ton weight, and one very angry duck. Wow, I think I know which one I'm the most afraid of. As well as being our home, the treehouse is also where we make books together. I write the words and Terry draws the pictures. As you can see, we've been doing this for quite a while now. There's a huge pile of the books that Terry and Andy have written. Sure, things can get crazy when you live in a 78-story treehouse. Terry's saying, hey Andy, this big-nosed blimp sure is fun. And Andy's saying, stop mucking around, Terry, it's time to work. Ah, my hair! As the fan's chopping his hair. And then the blimp's flying through the sky, and oh no, a bird pops the blimp and they start falling down. But we always get our book written in the end, somehow. Chapter 2, Treehouse, the movie. If you're like most of our readers, you're probably wondering if we're ever going to make a Treehouse movie. Well, guess what? We're making one right now. We've got lights, cameras, chairs with our names on the back, and a big shot Hollywood movie director called Mr. Big Shot calling the shots. Cut! Yells Mr. Big Shot. That's boring! But That's how I always start the book, I say. This is not a book, barked Mr. Big Shot through his megaphone. It's a movie! Well, yes, I say. I know that and you know that, but I was just explaining it to the readers. Readers? Barks Mr. Big Shot. I'm not interested in readers. I make movies for movie fans who want action, excitement and thrills, not talking. Who are you anyway? I'm Andy, I say. I'm the narrator. Narrator, says Mr. Big Shot. We don't need a narrator. But I'm also one of the main characters. Said Mr. Big Shot, frowning. What about that other guy, the funny one with the curly hair? Where's he? Here he comes now, I say, as Terry runs onto the set with his pants on fire. Uh-oh. The day Terry ran onto the movie set with his pants on fire. There he goes, racing through the set, smoke coming from his pants. Get out of the way, says Terry, running between me and Mr. Big Shot. He reaches the edge of the deck and leaps off. Did he just jump into the shark tank, says Mr. Big Shot. Yep, I sigh. That's Terry for you. We peer over the edge. Are you all right? Shouts Mr. Big Shot. Much better now my pants aren't on fire, says Terry. But you're in a tank full of man-eating sharks, says Mr. Big Shot. Yikes, says Terry. I meant to jump into the swimming pool. Terry swims to the side of the tank and tries to climb out. He's fast, but one of the sharks is faster. It surges up behind him, opens up its enormous mouth and chomps down on Terry's freshly barbecued behind. The electrocuted shark spits Terry out with such force that he flies up into the air and lands sprawled on the deck in front of us. That was electrifying, says Mr. Big Shot. Here, let me help you up. He reaches down and grabs Terry's hand. The electric shock sends Mr. Big Shot flying backwards. He crashes into one of the camera operators and then falls to the ground. Sorry, says Terry, I must still be electroconified. Electro-whatified, said Mr. Big Shot. Well, says Terry, I use the combining machine to cross electric eel with a unicorn to make an electricorn. But then there's a bolt of lightning shot out of the electricorn's horn, and it hit the back of my pants, and they caught on fire. Mr. Big Shot roars with laughter. What's so funny, says Terry. You are, says Mr. Big Shot. You're a laugh, a riot. This will make a great opening sequence for the movie. But I always do the opening sequence, I say. In the book, yes, says Mr. Big Shot, but this is not a book. This is a movie, and Terry is going to be the star. Me, said Terry, a movie star? Him, I say, a movie star? But what about me? I already told you, says Mr. Big Shot. We don't need a narrator. He turns his attention back to Terry. Is that electricorn still there? Yes, I guess so, says Terry. Well, what are we waiting for, says Mr. Big Shot. Come on, everybody, except for Andy. Let's go and film a